Hola amigos, I'm here in sunny Barcelona where the biggest annual event of the telecom business, the MWC 2019, is coming to an end. We've seen tons of impressive new technology, and in this video we'll try to share some of the stuff that we thought was the coolest. It was nearly impossible to walk many steps without having 5G in your face. Nearly every manufacturer bombarded us with 5G this and 5G that, racing to position themselves as in the forefront of this technology. The reality is that the infrastructure has merely started being built, and that we won't actually be able to use it ourselves for quite some time. It's coming though, and it was fun playing VR with 90 frames per second real time over 5G. The future is foldable, according to the two biggest smartphone giants here at MWC this year. Both Samsung and Huawei have unveiled new foldable devices these recent days, and the other ones who didn't are coming up with alternatives to stay on the train. Samsung Galaxy Fold is a tablet and phone merged together with a 7.3-inch beast of a screen that folds inwards. On the outside, a 4.6-inch extra screen. The screen tech is an Infinity Flex AMOLED that Samsung claims to have stress tested, folding it around 200,000 times. Let's just hope that that holds up, because no one has been allowed to touch it yet, as it was placed safely within a glass cage. Said to be made available early May. Huawei followed up with probably the most hyped launch of the MWC this year, their precious Mate X, upping the game even more with an 8-inch display and 5G connectivity, the first of its kind, and as Huawei calls it, the world's fastest foldable 5G phone. Full view OLED display and a slimmer overall feel than the Samsung. Sadly, we didn't get to touch this one either, and we don't know when it will arrive in our stores. LG haven't produced a foldable phone, but a decent alternative for their V50 phone, the dual screen cover. Not as fancy, but definitely a good thought. We were hands-on with one real foldable at least, the Flex Pi from Royole. The screen is fully flexible, made out of some sort of super plastic and said to be unbreakable. Doesn't quite feel like a smartphone, but absolutely an interesting gadget. MWC is normally the hottest place for huge releases, and this year was no different. In addition to the foldables, we saw new flagship phones and major releases from all the big players. The one that probably impressed us the most came from an elite veteran in the game, Nokia. Their Nokia 9 PureView phone was among the most rumored before the convention. People talked about what the cameras would do and what the price would be, but nobody got it just right. The 5-lens setup featured 2 RGB and 3 monochrome, all 12 megapixel, to capture a massive amount of data for depth and HDR. Speaking of depth, the 1200 layers of depth data is crazy and gives you the ability to swiftly edit the depth later on, also through Google Photos. The rest of what the phone offers is pretty straightforward, but the camera could be the best we've seen so far. Priced nicely, this is definitely a super exciting release. Sony brought 4 new phones, among them a new flagship, the Xperia 1. Featuring a world's first 4K OLED screen, the display was stunning. The new 21:9 aspect ratio will still fit in your hand, but it won't fit perfectly for most video content currently available. You can shoot cinema-like 4K HDR video though, and Sony has juiced up the camera with an improved autofocus with eye tracking, plus a new noise reduction algorithm. Sony also launched their mid-ends, the Xperia 10, 10 Plus and L3, which we've already posted a video on. Also, Samsung had many things to show us, but obviously a lot of focus was on their S10, which we've made a separate video on, which you can watch up here. We also saw the new and sexy Galaxy Watch Active, which features an all-day wellness coach. We also saw the new Galaxy Buds that you can charge with your S10 and the super slim Tab S5e. Microsoft launched the HoloLens 2, a true next-generation mixed reality headset. The basics of mixed reality is overlay computer images on the real world. Really futuristic and super interesting. I hope we get to do a video on these sometime soon. In other headsets, we saw the HTC Vive Cosmos VR headset for PC. New controllers that are now a lot more ergonomic, and I can't wait to try this out. That was it, guys. The future looks bright, doesn't it? I hope you enjoyed these highlights. Adios.